2:30 in the morning. My wife shook me. What? I'm not feeling well. My body is aching. I have fever. Do you think I'm going to die, Janu? Worried? I took her to the doctor in the morning. He was stumped. She doesn't have any airborne disease. Her throat and lungs are fine. She didn't have a waterborne disease. Her stomach and intestines were perfectly clear. Since when do you have these symptoms, he asked. For the last 2 days, ever since my maid has left. Ah, the doctor said, you have maid-gonegytis. Maid-gonegytis? Fellow Toastmasters, for those of you who do not know me, I am Saurabh Misra. And for those of you who do, I have just finished my laundry and cleaned my utensils before coming to the meeting. You see, our maid, she left after having a big argument with my wife the other day. As she stood out of the door, our maid took out a 50-rupee note and threw it to her dog Tommy. Now what's that for? My wife asked. Unlike you, madam, I don't forget my dear ones. This is for Tommy, for helping me clean the dishes. My wife huffed and puffed in anger. Despite all this lady politics, I was really glad to know that the maid has gone for a few days. Being a romantic type, I thought this was my opportunity to enjoy some romance, some privacy. Whatever a man may think, but maid gone, that is a real crisis for ladies. The message gets sent out in the universe in panic. It's discussed in kitty parties. Phone calls are making friends. Hello? Sushma? Yeah, I'm looking for a maid to do my household work. Yeah, lady of any age is okay. Sushma, I will take you to the best mall if you help me find a maid. When the best friends don't help, you go to the agencies. But looking at the hefty amount that they charge, you'd feel like quitting your job and starting an agency yourself. And after spending so much money, there's really no guarantee of how that maid will turn out. She might be a real nitwit who doesn't understand a single word you say. So when none of these options work, there is only one option left. Janu? Who? Me? No way! Hey, I've not worked in the kitchen before. And that's when the nagging begins. She starts off how I don't care for her, how she's getting crushed under a mountain of work, and blah 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 blah. Oh my God, unable to bear it, I stand there in the kitchen, looking around, perplexed. What am I going to do next? What am I going to cook? And how? In cooking, I want to have my own originality, my personality. I don't want to make aloo matar. That's what she makes. I told my wife, I was sick of eating aloo matar for the last 2 days. She said coolly, you're such a novice. You don't know the difference. On the first day, the potatoes were cut vertically. On the second day, they were cut horizontally. In frustration, I go and hunt out some of the Sanjeev Kapoor books, dust them out, zero in on the recipe of my choice, and the cooking begins. The aroma fills the air. The onions change color from opaque to transparent. The vegetables change their aroma according to the spices that are added therein. I wait there anxiously, not knowing how it would turn out. The food is served. At the end of it, my daughter comes to me and she hugs me. And she says, Dad, you're a wonderful cook. And wow, it felt great. I just learned a new way of bonding with my family. I just learned a new way of expressing my love for them. The food was good. But what about the dishes after that? The oily ones. They say that the marriage begins when you sink in her arms and ends with your arms in her sink. For once, I did not look at my wife's face. I just rolled up my sleeves and started the dishes. And they were cleaned in no time. That night, as I lay next to my wife, her eyes were moist. She said, Saurabh, you know, I always believed that when the going got tough, you would be there for me. And I was right. And now that you can handle household work and you can do cooking, I can focus my energies on something really important, like shopping. Why do women need a pair of shoes with every dress that they have? But all that happens for the good. And I learned two important lessons from this episode of Speech-Maidgonegytis. One, open your arms to any situation. Embrace life without judging it. Accept it with a smile. And two, my wife is not going to leave me. After all, she has spent so many years training me. You think she'll let me go that easily? To the Toastmasters.